Hello and welcome back to another video from Tech Spotlight. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. Guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 laptops that I would pick under $500 for college students. So if you're looking for a laptop and you're either in college or going to college, make sure you check out all the laptops on this list because these are very, very good value. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in. All right, so the first laptop that we have here, this is an HP. It's a 15.6-inch screen. The model number for this laptop is TPNQ222. The screen resolution for this is 1366 by 768. You're also going to get 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM in this laptop. When it comes to storage, especially for school, it's very important that you have enough storage space. So you're going to get a 1 terabyte M.2 solid state drive. Your graphics, you're going to have the integrated Intel UHD graphics. In terms of processing power, you're going to have the Intel Core i3 processor. This is the 1115G4. You're going to see this run anywhere from 3 gigahertz, and you can max it out at about 4.1 gigahertz. This comes pre-installed with Windows 11 Home. And in terms of weight, especially for college, if you're going to be hauling the laptop around and things like that, you don't want something too heavy. So this laptop comes in at 3.75 pounds. And you can see the overall dimensions on the screen as well. When it comes to your ports and connectivity, you're going to get 1 super speed USB Type-C, 2 super speed USB Type-A's, an HDMI port, and 1 AC smart pin. As well, you're going to have your headphone microphone combo. Some bonus features on this laptop that I'd like to mention is this is also touchscreen and has a micro bezel, so you're going to maximize your screen space. The touchscreen is going to be nice, especially for college if you're maybe you're doing graphics design and things like that. While this feature would be much better if it was like a 360 laptop where you would have like the tablet mode, but it is still usable on a touchscreen laptop like this. Battery life, this does come in on the lower end from what I'm seeing on this, somewhere around 5 to 6 hours overall battery life. For college, I would like to see something more around that like 7, 8, 9 hour mark. If you're going to be in classes all day using your laptop through the day, you want to make sure that if you're not somewhere that you have access to plug in to charge your laptop, that you're not going to be falling behind because you don't have your laptop charged, right? So that is one thing I'd like to see a little bit better on this laptop, but overall for the value, it's very, very good. So let's check out the laptop here real quick and see a little bit more. All right, so I've got the laptop pulled up right here so you can see the overall listing. But the main things I want to point out right now, this has 826 ratings and 62% of those ratings are 5-star. And then you can see right here where I'm clicking, over 4,000 of these have been bought in the last 30 days. Overall price on this comes in at $432.98. So very good for the budget. I do post videos where I showcase deals that are available on Amazon. So make sure you check for one of those videos if you want to save some money on it. But even at the full asking price, it's a very good value for a laptop like this for the numeric keypad, the touchscreen, the powerful processor, the RAM, the storage space, having multiple USB ports. I do feel provides a lot of value. And if you really needed something and wanted to make sure that you had everything you wanted, maybe you're really keen to getting a 15-inch screen, whatever it may be, this would be a pretty solid pick. So if you want to check this one out, check in the video description for the link to it and check it out for yourself. All right, so next pick on the list, I have another HP. This is a 15.6-inch laptop. Model number is 15-DY. Screen resolution on this is a 1366 by 768. You're going to get 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. That'll make sure that you can multitask and do everything that you might need. Storage space, you're going to get a 1 terabyte solid state drive. When it comes to graphics, you're going to have the integrated Intel UHD graphics. Now this one is powered by the 12th generation Intel Core i3 processor. That is a 1215U. When it comes to speeds on this, you're going to see anywhere from 3.3 gigahertz up to 4.4 gigahertz. And this one's pre-installed. It's got Windows 11 in S mode, but you can take it out of S mode. When it comes to weight, because again, if you're going to be using a laptop for college, you don't want to haul around something very heavy, this one comes in at 3.75 pounds. The dimensions you're going to see up on the screen. And when it comes to ports and connectivity, you're going to get one USB-C port, two USB-A ports, one HDMI, one AC smart pen, and then your headphone port. Some of the bonus features I'd like to mention on this laptop: it is a touchscreen and it has that micro bezel, so you're going to maximize screen space if you're going to be working on projects, spreadsheets. Maybe you're relaxing between classes and you don't have much to do and you want to watch some Netflix, whatever it might be, right? So just some nice things I wanted to mention there. In terms of battery life, this one comes in at 9 hours, which is about where I would say is a really, really good spot, especially for a laptop for college. If you in an event you don't have access to a wall outlet to charge a laptop. So again, very, very good value for the money. But let's check out the actual laptop itself here, and we'll talk a little bit more. So here I've got the laptop pulled up here. This is the Amazon listing. So you can see this one has 17 ratings, and 64% of those are 5-star. And this one has a retail price at $479, so just under that $500 mark. So if you're looking for a laptop for college and you want to make sure you have one with enough battery life, enough storage space and everything, this one is a very, very good value for that budget. And I do see these occasionally going on sale, so make sure you check back for some of my deals videos where maybe this one goes on a good sale. But overall, very, very good pick for the money. All right, so the next laptop on today's list, we've got a Lenovo V15. The model number for this one is Lenovo V15 G2 ALC. This is a 15.6-inch laptop. It is full HD at a 1920 by 1080 screen resolution. This one has 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM pre-installed. And when it comes to storage space, you want to make sure you have everything that you need. This has a 512 gigabyte M.2 solid state drive. You are going to have access to the AMD Radeon graphics because the processor in this is the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. When it comes to speeds on this processor, you're going to see anywhere from 2.1 gigahertz to 4 gigahertz. And this is running Windows 11 Pro. When it comes to weight, again, you want something lightweight. If you're in college, you're going to be hauling this around all day. This weighs in at 3.75 pounds. The dimensions you're going to see on screen here. And when it comes to ports and connectivity, you're going to get one USB 3.0 Type A, one USB 2.0 Type A, one USB Type C, one HDMI, one AC Smart Pen port, and one headphone port as well. Some things I like to mention on this, just some bonus features. It does have an anti-glare screen, which is really, really nice, especially if you're going to be working outside, and Dolby Audio speaker. So it may be like listen to Spotify when you're working on projects between classes and things like that, and you want to have a good sound quality. Maybe you're working inside or outside. Especially if you're outside, that anti-glare screen is going to be nice. On this laptop, the average battery life, you're going to see about 7.5 hours, which is pretty decent. Again, for college laptops, I'd like to see more around that like 8 to 9 hour mark, somewhere around there. But again, overall not bad. So let's jump over to the listing here and check it out a little bit more. All right, so I've got the Lenovo V15 pulled up right here. Just some main things I want to point out. This has 371 ratings, and this listing has 70% 5-star reviews. So you know you're going to get a pretty solid product and have a trustable seller. 500 plus bought in the past month. So this is a laptop that is selling pretty well. And current retail price on this one's $489 on Amazon. So if you want to check this out, make sure you use the link down in the description to go check it out. But again, this having the AMD Ryzen 5, the 512 gig solid state drive, and the 16 gigs of RAM. Me personally, I would like to see 16 gigs of RAM is really, really good for college use. But again, if you want to go a little overkill and get 32 gigs of RAM, I don't blame you one bit. That's what I would upgrade to. But again, it just depends on exactly what you want, what your overall budget is. But for this one coming in at under $500, the Lenovo V15, I feel, provides a really good value for someone looking for a pretty budget laptop for college. So make sure you check this one out. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is the Asus VivoBook 14. Model number for this one is F1404ZA-AS51. This is a 14-inch laptop. And I do want to point out that the 14-inch laptops are my personal favorite. I've never had much use for um, getting a bigger laptop just for the point of the numeric keypad. So that's just my personal preference, though. Um, Screen resolution on this one comes in at 1920 by 1080, has 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 250 gigabyte solid state drive, is powered for graphics with the Intel Iris Xe graphics. And the processor in this, you're going to get an Intel Core i5-1235U processor. This is also pre-installed with Windows 11 Home. And since it is a 14-inch, it is a bit lighter weight than the 15-inch laptops, weighing in at 3.09 pounds. The dimensions I've got displayed on the screen for you. When it comes to your ports on this one, you're going to have one USB Type-C, two USB Type-A's, and one HDMI. Some of the bonus features I wanted to point out on this one, it's got the rapid charge technology, and basically what that means is that with 30 minutes of charge, you're going to be able to get anywhere from 1.5 to 2 hours of battery life out of it. And also has the Asus Ice Cool thermal technology, which is going to keep your CPU cooler to make your laptop run more smoothly if you're using it for longer periods of time. And battery life on this one, from what I'm seeing, most people are verifying that this comes in at 10 plus hours of battery life, which again for school is really, really good. So let's jump to the listing real quick and check it out a little bit deeper. All right, so here I've got the Asus VivoBook 14. This was the 2023 release. You see right here that this has 120 ratings, and 55% of those are 5-star reviews. And then you'll see right here 100 plus bought in the past month. Again, 15-inch laptops are typically what sells a bit more, but I personally like the 14-inch laptops. In terms of price, normal retail price $479.99. It does look like it has a little bit of a discount here to save you a little bit of money. But again, overall on this laptop, some things that I'd like to point out that I think could be a little bit better for this budget personally would be that i5 processor. Really don't have anything to say about that. That is pretty solid, especially for a laptop in this budget. But I would like to see maybe a 512 gig SSD, if not 16 or 32 gigs of RAM. 16 probably in a 512 at this price range, or maybe $20 or $30 higher at that retail price would be a very, very good value to be able to get that Intel i5. But that's just my personal opinion. If I were to buy this laptop, I would upgrade that RAM and then see internally if it has a spot for a 512, if not 1 terabyte internal solid state drive, just to increase your storage space. That's what I would do with this laptop personally. Again, just depends on your expertise and what you think, but overall, very, very good pick for the budget. Lightweight, excellent battery life, great processor. Could probably just improve the RAM and the solid state drive, just my personal opinion. But if you want to check this out for yourself, check down in the video description. All right, up next on the list, we've got the HP 17. The model number on this one, I looked through a few different listings for this and I couldn't find one, so I do apologize for that. If I can find it, it'll be in the video description. But anyways, the screen size on this is a 17.3 inch screen. Screen resolution comes in at 1600 by 900. This is pre-installed with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and you get a 1 terabyte M.2 solid state drive. You have the Intel UHD graphics, and when it comes to the processing power, you're going to have the 11th gen Intel Core i3. That is a 1125G4 model processor. In terms of speed, you're going to see this anywhere from 3 gigahertz up to 3.7 on the top end for speed. And operating system, this is Windows 11 in S mode. This is a bit heavier weight, weighing in at 5.25 pounds, and you're going to see the dimensions up on the screen. For your ports and connectivity, you're going to get one USB-C port, two USB-A ports, one HDMI, one AC smart pen, and one headphone port as well. Overall battery life on this comes in at right around 8 hours, which I feel is pretty good for a 17-inch laptop. So let's jump over to the listing and check this out just a little bit deeper. So I've got the HP 17 pulled up right here. You can see that this has 318 ratings. Of those ratings, 67% are 5-star. and 300 bought in the past month that you can see right here. For price on this, it does come in at $442. So it is a pretty good budget for a laptop like this, especially being a 17.3. Again, the only downsides to this if you're using it for college is going to be heavier weight, but it does have that longer battery life. It does have that bigger screen. So if you're going to college and you're doing things like photo editing or video editing and things like that, and you would prefer to have that bigger screen, is the main reason why I included that on this list, because I think for a 17-inch laptop that provides a really, really good budget and value, as well as having the Intel quad-core i3 processor. Some upgrades that I would like to see to this. It's got a really good processor. It's got the storage. Maybe like to see 32 gigs of RAM, just assuming if you want something bigger like this and you might be doing video editing and things like that, you want to know that you can multitask and not have your programs crash on you. So that would be probably the only thing. But again, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM still may be overkill for most people. So overall, not bad. Really, really good budget on this laptop. So if you want to check this out, make sure you check the link in the video description. All right, guys, so there you have it. There's the top 5 laptops that I found under $500 that I would recommend for college students. So if you're looking for one, make sure you check out the links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, found it useful at all, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I did. But let me know what your favorite laptop is on today's list, or if there's one that you feel would have been better featured on here, let me know what laptop it is. I'd love to take a look at it. Until next time, guys, have an absolutely amazing day. This was Tech Spotlight. We'll talk again soon.